maybe Gylfi Sigurdsson is the man who's going to be charged with trying to unlock this Argentine defence, but he hasn't had the greatest of seasons.
He's had a tough season. A prolonged transfer saga. In the end, got there to Everton from Swansea for a lot of money. Maybe the pressure weighed on him ever so slightly. When he first went in, Ronald Koeman was picking him alongside Wayne Rooney, David Klassen. It was too narrow, they were too similar. It took him a long time to really get up and get going. We've seen him for Iceland play in a 4-4-2 central midfield with Aaron Gunnarsson, who's also a really crucial player. This change in system has suited him. So from the Euros in 2016, he has now been able to play a little bit more advanced because of the injury to Sigthorsson. They've gone with 3 in midfield, which allows him to get forward. He's a very, very clever player, technically superb, can take it either way. The main supplier to Finn Bogason this afternoon, you would imagine. This one here I really like. He plays it wide, not content with just admiring his pass, gets involved, the composure, great set, and that's what they will be hoping to do this afternoon. But again, playing in the 2 probably wouldn't be allowed to get forward as much as that, but this suits him in this system.
And one thing we know of Iceland from seeing them at the Euros and indeed during the qualifying campaign, Didi, is that they have a fantastic work rate, and it does work to their benefit, doesn't it?
No, you have to. When you haven't got the skills and the technical ability of your opposition, you've got to make up somehow, and they do it by running more than the opposition and playing a physical game and not giving teams time on the ball. And we see them here against England, where nobody gave them a chance to beat England. And here, first one is lost, second one is won, and they're straight there at England again, and they won't give you a second piece. And it just, and here they also hold a high line, so it's not only just pressing. I think they've also improved the tactical side of it, and they've got just the nous what to do at the right time. And yeah, I think everybody's been impressed in the Euros. If people thought this is a one-off, they proved people wrong with winning that tough qualifying group. And this is what no player likes. People want time on the ball, and that will be crucial today to give them as little as possible. And when they do, it's very important to go together. But they complement each other, they work for each other. I suppose they've probably got as good a team spirit in their camp as any of the 32 teams taking part in that World Cup. And this is why, for a very, very small country, they've come a long, long way in the last 2 or 3 years.
Certainly have. And Shay, you know all about team spirit and how vital that is for the smaller nations when they're up against the world superpowers of football, to go to a tournament with good team spirit.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, it's everything. We used to play obviously together, Keith, and that was one of our strengths for Ireland. Of course, was the team spirit, the togetherness, and you can see that. You know, these players, I'm sure, away from the pitch as well, they're best friends, and which we kind of were, and got on really well together. What Iceland will bring today, and what they did in the Euros was set plays, long throws, things like that maybe the Argentinian players won't want to play against. And as Didi's already mentioned, the height and the size of them, they've got to use that as an advantage, of course, and cause the Argentinians some problems. You'd imagine Argentina would have a lot of the ball, and it'd be interesting to see if Iceland press them high like they had in some of the clips there, or they're quite content they sit in deep. It'll be interesting to see how the game pans out. But I think when they get into the final third, you know, Argentina, I think there's a weakness at the back. I think Caballero, I suppose, making his sort of bow in a World Cup. I know he's an experienced goalkeeper, but not obviously regular goalkeeper at the clubs he's been at. He's always been a backup sort of goalkeeper, so I'm sure Iceland will look at that and think maybe we can test him as well.
We've heard a number of people and read a number of articles with people suggesting that Argentina, Keith, can go and win this World Cup. But when you look at the squads available to Spain. Well, we saw France and they didn't exactly impress us overly today, but possibly they'll get better. Brazil, obviously, with a hugely strong squad. Germany, who nobody will ever rule out at a World Cup. So where do Argentina come in the pecking order as far as you're concerned?
Well, I don't fancy them, I have to be completely honest. In terms of the squad depth, absolutely they are inferior to a lot of those nations you've just mentioned. The only thing I would say to counter that is that you don't always need a really good squad. You can get through a tournament with 14, 15 players, and I do think they possess that.
Right.
But defensively, they really, really worry me. I'm amazed with the defensive record they have, with what's available to them, and as well with the goalkeeping situation.